implementing OKRs, but the team is stalled and goals are always out of reach. You're not alone. Many CEOs believe they're doing OKRs right, but are unknowingly making mistakes that silently kill growth momentum. OKRs aren't wish lists, nor are they upgraded KPIs. They are a strategic operating system, and if you misuse them, they're not just ineffective, they'll pull your entire organization backward. Don't let your dedication be buried by a system that only looks good on paper. So what exactly are OKRs? Why does Google treat them as a supreme weapon? And are you misusing them from the ground up? Part 1. Overview of the OKR methodology. OKRs are a strategic goal-setting system designed to drive breakthrough growth, outline a clear roadmap, and inspire action. Objectives represent the big ambitions of individuals or organizations. Key results are specific quantitative indicators used to measure progress and actual outcomes. It's no coincidence that fast-growing companies widely adopt OKRs. They effectively bridge the gap between aspiration and execution with consistency and strength. The distinctiveness of OKRs lies in their transparency, level of challenge, and measurable clarity. Each OKR should focus on one major goal, accompanied by around 3 key results: specific, quantifiable, and time-bound. The objective should be big enough to inspire, while the KRs must be realistic enough to guide action and assess progress. It's the art of thinking big while executing lean. OKRs work best on short cycles, typically quarterly. This creates healthy pressure, enabling the team to stay motivated and focused. Weekly tracking is critical to timely adjustments. OKRs should never be static documents. They must serve as a living compass, driving daily actions and uniting everyone around an ambitious, shared mission. Part 2. Mistake number 1. Tying bonuses to key results. When key results are directly linked to financial incentives, intrinsic motivation is replaced by short-term defensive goals. Instead of reaching for bold challenges, individuals tend to choose easier objectives to safeguard their bonuses, undermining risk-taking, innovation, and creative growth potential. OKRs should be seen as tools for positive change, not reward systems. When people feel pressured to meet targets solely for rewards, they avoid breakthrough goals. OKRs then become lists of safe numbers, contradicting the philosophy that ambition is necessary. This keeps companies in a holding pattern instead of igniting progress. Decoupling rewards from OKRs doesn't mean disregarding performance. It fosters a culture of long-term value creation. Individuals are not punished for failing to hit big goals. They're empowered to pursue daring initiatives. Recognition should be based on overall effort and contributions, not just numeric achievements. Proper OKR implementation fuels a motivating and fair environment where individuals are free to dream big without being hindered by financial constraints. Freed from rigid reward mechanisms, teams collaborate better and share accountability for a shared mission. This ignites an entrepreneurial spirit across the organization. Freedom in defining and pursuing key results gives individuals ownership over their work. They're not chasing numbers, they're deeply committed to the journey. Temporary failure isn't seen as total failure, but as a vital part of learning and innovation. This liberating leadership philosophy fosters a culture of continuous improvement. Part 3. Mistake number 2. Setting goals too small. One of the primary reasons OKRs fail is setting goals that are too small and unchallenging. Without ambition, teams have no reason to stretch themselves. They default to safe bets and optimization over innovation. A good enough culture emerges, stifling growth and pioneering spirit. Big goals inspire like no other tool. They turn ordinary people into extraordinary teams, bound by a cause greater than themselves. A sufficiently large goal ignites collective responsibility and a promise to each other, the mission, and the organization's future. Mediocre goals often stem from fear of failure or defensive thinking. Leaders choose safe targets to avoid confrontation or protect their standing. This is a dangerous trap. It stagnates the system. OKRs aren't for those who crave stability. They're for builders ready to step outside their comfort zones. Setting big goals isn't fantasy, it's a strategic balance of ambition and feasibility. Ideal goals push individuals to develop skills, overcome challenges, and innovate. They awaken latent potential. Dreaming big activates expansionary thinking, encourages experimentation, and accepts failure as a part of progress. Leaders must define the risk appetite and long-term vision. They need to set OKRs that prompt teams to ask, can we really do this? That question fuels action. Employees move from task completion to co-authoring bold new chapters. OKRs shine brightest not in outcomes, but in the shared journey of transcending limits. Part 4. Mistake number 3. Set and forget. A fatal flaw in OKR implementation is setting goals and leaving them untouched. This renders OKRs lifeless and irrelevant. Without weekly reference, they vanish amid daily tasks. An unmonitored system cannot guide behavior or foster strategic focus. OKRs must be treated as a living system, woven into all decisions and operations. If they're only a quarterly commitment, they're being misused. Key results should be updated weekly, so everyone knows where they stand and what adjustments are needed to stay on course. Weekly check-ins keep OKRs alive and top of mind. These are not performance reviews, but moments to reconnect with the vision, track progress, identify roadblocks, and support one another. They reinforce commitment and reignite motivation, helping the team stay focused amid the noise. Without regular reflection, OKRs become hollow rituals. Employees may feel the goals are just for show, eroding trust and commitment. In contrast, continuously updated OKRs enhance transparency, clarify individual roles, and build a dynamic, aligned organization. OKRs aren't for looking good, they're for doing better. Weekly progress must be measured and refined. A culture of tracking OKRs cultivates strategic thinking, discipline, and purposeful action. It transforms OKRs from theory into practical power, enabling steady improvement week after week. Part 5. Mistake number 4. Too many goals and results. A common trap is overloading OKRs with too many goals and key results. Though often well-intentioned, this leads to scattered focus and resource dilution. When everything is important, nothing truly is. OKRs are meant to simplify strategy, zeroing in on what moves the needle now. An effective OKR system knows when to say no. Organizations can be ambitious but must define strategic priorities for the quarter. Limiting the number of OKRs creates clarity and alignment, focusing everyone on a single, unified destination. Like objectives, key results should also be limited. 3 is the ideal number, sufficient for tracking progress without diluting focus. Each KR should represent a vital aspect of achieving the goal. Too many KRs complicate tracking, confuse teams, and cause important priorities to be neglected. An OKR system overloaded with metrics weakens action. Employees feel overwhelmed or lost. If every department has 5 to 6 goals, the entire company is pulled in conflicting directions, hurting both performance and cohesion. Limit the number of OKRs and ensure vertical and horizontal alignment. The spirit of OKRs lies not in quantity, but in clarity and execution. High-performing organizations don't do the most. They do the right things at the right time. Limiting objectives forces teams to prioritize, think strategically, and invest in meaningful actions. This is the key to smart, sustainable growth. Part 6. Mistake number 5. Unmeasurable key results. A fundamental but widespread mistake is setting vague, unmeasurable key results. Phrases like enhance brand awareness or improve customer service sound good but lack measurable data. Without numbers, teams won't know what success looks like or how to improve. Key results are meant to bring clarity. A good KR is a specific number tied to a deadline. Quantification removes ambiguity, enables feedback, and guides improvement. Measurable KRs give individuals a clear sense of direction and momentum. Numbers boost commitment. When a team commits to a number, they must create a real plan, act with intent, and iterate continuously. Vague KRs allow people to sidestep accountability. A specific KR is a promise. It also fosters easier cross-functional collaboration through shared clarity. Without data, key results are meaningless for management and leadership. No numbers mean no truths, just assumptions and bias. This hinders feedback and learning. For OKRs to be a tool for true development, all KRs must be quantifiable, data-driven, and verifiable. Use the SMART framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A proper KR answers what will be achieved, how much, by when. If any of these is missing, the KR must be refined. Proper KR design is the first and most crucial step in building an effective OKR system. Part 7. System Overview and OKR Restructuring Strategy. Successful OKR adoption is not just goal setting, it's building a functioning strategic ecosystem. The difference between stagnant and breakthrough organizations lies in how they use OKRs. As a living tool driving action, or a static document. OKRs must become part of the cultural DNA, where everyone knows they're contributing to something bigger. Effective OKR execution depends on alignment, from top to individual level. Company-wide objectives are translated into departmental and then personal goals. This clarity maps everyone's role in the strategic vision. Unified direction triggers organizational synergy, driving sustainable and meaningful impact. Restructuring OKRs begins with a 5-step cycle. 1. Define strategic vision. 2. Set company-wide quarterly OKRs. 3. Cascade into departments. 4. Hold weekly check-ins. 5. Review and learn at the end of the cycle. This creates continuous learning and improvement, each quarter making the organization sharper and faster. A strong OKR system shapes a strategic culture, one that rejects vagueness, embraces boldness, and constantly asks, what will deliver the most value next? With OKRs, companies don't just survive, they thrive. When everyone dreams big, even the smallest action carries great purpose. That's what drives true differentiation. Conclusion: goals are not decoration. Goals are battle plans. An organization choosing OKRs without embracing risk is like a warrior in armor who refuses to fight. If your key results are designed for easy wins, isn't that just self-deception? Why build a system for control instead of one to unleash potential? How many rounds of mediocrity must repeat before we realize safety is the real enemy of speed? There is no room for half measures in OKRs. Go big or step aside. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.